Appreciate everybody coming out. Obviously, great to be back on the field, and guys had great energy. I think everybody's been eager and itching to get back out here. So, we spent a lot of time today. It was our first full day, meetings and walkthroughs and that type of thing. Obviously, no pads the first day, so a lot of teaching going on. And again, they had a great attitude, but in terms of evaluation, really all that we're doing right now is, and the good thing is they all know what position they play, and now we're teaching them, what to do and how to do it. And when we get to some more of the physical practices, that's when the evaluations will begin.
Both you and Trey noted at Pac-12 Media Day that Garbers had, at least you had heard reports that Garbers was doing very well in the player run practices. What did you see out of him today?
Again, it's the first day of practice, really glad he's here, and what we thought, he's a really good kid, he's smart, and he's going to learn a lot. This is his first practice ever at Cal, so he can throw the ball, which we saw in film, but again, he needs a ton of reps.
Trevor Howard and Putasi weren't practicing. Did they have academic obligations, or what's the deal
We'll
there?
be expecting them back.
With so many new guys in the program right now, how do you get practice to flow so quickly and smoothly like today seemed to run?
Well, we got 105 guys in every camp. You have 105. You're saying in terms of the new faces?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think really great job by the coaches and them paying attention. We plan and talk about practice before we actually practice, so they did a good job. It was far from perfect, but there'll be plenty of things we can do to make it more efficient, and obviously plenty of corrections as well. So.
Was Conaway able to get a red shirt because he missed most of last year, or no?
We'll comment on that at the right time. Yeah.
With the defensive end position opening up with Ziande out, who are the guys that are getting the most looks at that right now?
Really all of them. It's going to be a committee, and we're always looking for guys to take that next step. And we're going to need some guys who maybe haven't played much to play a significant role for us, and whether it's 1, 2, 3, we'll find out as we move along there.
Is Luke a guy that can play inside, outside?
Yeah. It's again his first time back. It's our first time being able to practice with Luke.
It's also your first time practicing fully with Demetris, and he made a few catches to see exactly what you thought he was going to be, or what's it like seeing him in person.
Yeah, it's great to have him out here. Obviously, he had some obligations with track and spring, which we supported, and he's he loves football. He loves his team, and it's fun to have him out here. Just his energy, and obviously he's a very talented player, so it was good having him out here.
How important is it to have this whole training camp to bond with all these guys?
Yeah, huge part of the season. I mean, it's not only the development on the field and the meeting rooms and walkthroughs, but just being around each other and developing that chemistry. Every team is different, whether there's a coaching change or not. Every team takes its own identity, and it's driven by the players, and we got to set the expectations and the culture standards, but it's really them, and it's fun to watch. That's the fun part about college football, seeing as that team take shape.
Can you describe the role Cheryl Cox is going to have this fall camp with the team?
Yeah, Cheryl does a great job. Obviously, loves Cal, and she's a really important part of our strength and conditioning staff, and we're glad she's with us, and again, does a fantastic job with our program.
Can you speak to a little bit of how Brad Northangle came back to help coach out with you guys?
Yeah, he's obviously had a really good career here. Has a unique skill set when he played, and as something that he can offer some guidance to our players, not only as a long snapper, but also just a player here, and being involved here at Cal a long time. So we were glad to get him back on board.
What kinds of things are you looking for from the quarterbacks to determine who's going to get the nod later on?
Yeah, I think it's just a multitude of things, right? There's the mastery of the offense, it's the decision making, the accuracy. There's a lot to play in that position, and we will make decisions. It's not going to be a practice by practice roller coaster of who the quarterback's going to be. We want those guys to come out here and compete and learn, but that's what it's about right now, and there will come a time when we'll talk about the depth chart, but right now it's not about that.
Is some of it in the film room too? How they're able to recognize defenses? And
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to play in that position, but there's, again, and all of them need work in certain areas. So, but that's what we're out here for.
Good, you guys, anything else?